grandmothers. Like, look at this is what's happening right now, right? My great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mom, me. Great-grandmother, you have all these kids. My grandmother, you have 2 kids. My mom, you have 1 kid, and then me. That boy is now a girl holding a kitten. Guys, this wasn't meant to be sad. This was like, people could look at this and be like, oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, In the Arms of an Angel by Sarah McLachlan is about Lucifer. You see that last picture where this trans boy is holding a kitten looking at computer with pizza, smiling? Well, you know, with no family, no protection, nothing. In the arms of an angel, fly away from here. That whole commercial campaign was to replace your aborted child with a alley cat. It's insane. And if you look at the, and I'll get to the Crowder situation. If you look at the lyrics, In the Arms of an Angel lyrics, spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that would make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Oh, beautiful release. Memories seep from my veins. And maybe empty. Oh, weightless. And maybe I'll find some peace tonight. In the arms of the angel, Lucifer. Fly away from here, from the dark, cold hotel room and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of an angel. May you find some comfort here. So tired of the straight line, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back. The storm keeps on twisting, keep on building the lies that you make up for all that you lack. It don't make no difference. Escape one last time. It's easier to believe in this sweet madness. Oh, this glorious sadness that brings me to my knees. In the arms of the angel, fly away from... All right, so that whole commercial campaign to abort your own kid, to murder your own baby and replace it with a kitten. The song underneath it is sung by a lesbian Satanist telling you that you are safest in the arms of Lucifer. That's all real. And if people say, oh, Big Bear, you said you'd never turn on Crowder. Yeah, with new information, you change. I didn't know he was such a liar. I didn't know he was a shill. I didn't know any of this stuff. I used to be pro-choice. I used to like Sarah McLachlan. I thought that song was beautiful. I adopted 3 fucking dogs. Want to know who's not allowed to change? Slaves. I now think Steven Crowder's disgusting. When I first hung out with Crowder, he told me one time that he was kayaking and he almost drowned, and the kayak went upside down. It was really scary. A year later, he told me that was actually his father. And that he told me that story, but it was really his father that it happened to. You want to know why people do stuff like that? It's to see if you're comfortable with lies. It's to say, what are you going to do now? That's why I've become more intense with this stuff. Because not only am I not the type to turn on people, I go way too far. When everyone was telling me Eric Nimmer, because it's not about power or money, Crowder didn't pay me shit. He didn't pay Sven Computer shit either. We'll talk about it. I was paying Eric Nimmer. I gave Eric Nimmer thousands of dollars for cancer treatment for cancer he didn't have. Eric Nimmer was my opener and told me that he was a Marine with PTSD. When hundreds of people were telling me that he was a liar, I stood by him for way too long because I'm lonely and I have too much camaraderie. I don't want to be, I want to be part of a tribe. I don't like that everyone keeps stabbing each other in the back. I will go too far in a lie if it's someone else's lie because I just don't want to start again, you know? And when I finally realized that Nimmer was a liar, I never talked to him again. But it's very similar to Crowder. Crowder, this little dude, Sven Computer. So let me tell you about Sven Computer. So this is Sven Computer. He was a young German kid who came over to work with Crowder, and Crowder made him dress like a computer, and he'd go beep, bop, boop, bop. He was a funny dude. But looking back, I realized Crowder was trying to humiliate him. And he would make him go into LGBT, you know, he would push him for this punking stuff. And he told Sven that he would pay him X amount per hour. He owed Sven tens of thousands of dollars that he never paid him. And Sven was like, you got to pay me. And he's like, no, I don't. I invented you. I mean, Crowder's a tyrant, dude. And you don't see it at first because you so want to believe in his bullshit. And this little innocent computer here is like, beep bop, you owe me like tons of money that you never paid me. And Crowder was like, I made you. I'll send you back to Germany. So he didn't, I can't remember completely how this went down, but either he pushed to have his immigration revoked or he just didn't pay it or something. And I talked to Sven a lot after this happened, and Sven couldn't go public about anything because of confidentiality agreements and all this stuff, but he was treated horribly, and Crowder stole a lot of money from him. Lots. And this is a 22-year-old German kid that Crowder dressed up like a computer. Then you have Jared, not gay Jared. This is Steven Crowder here trying to humiliate his best friend, not gay Jared, after naming him not gay Jared and claiming that he owns the name. Not gay. I'm not going to say anything much about not gay Jared because there's a lot of legal issues with that. But let's just say it wasn't because he's having a kid that he left. He left for no job. Do you know what it takes for a man to leave a job that pays you money for no job when your wife is pregnant? Do you know how bad of a person your boss has to be for that to happen? And then let's get to me. I'm not innocent. That's me, Crowder, who is very alleged to be bisexual, and I'm starting to believe it. Look at those assless chaps. He did not have to wear those chaps. That's all him. He bedazzled me, and I let him bedazzle me because I wanted to be a team player. A lot like when I was a kid and people used to say, you know what, everybody whacks off in the same room. And I'm like, really? Is that what's going to get me friends? I went along with it. I let him dress me as a Pope Liberace as he pranced around in his assless chaps. And did he betray me as well? Yes. When I said the moon landing didn't happen, him and his family never spoke to me. They lied and said, oh, well, Owen's never available to talk. All bullshit. I just wanted to believe in him so bad. And it's like, fuck these people. Look at that faggot. He didn't have to wear assless chaps. He didn't have to put me in a bedazzled cape. He didn't have to make this guy a computer. He didn't have to call this guy not gay Jared and scalp him. It's like the constantly humiliating people and stealing their money and lying and then Jared can't even talk about any of this shit because he'll be sued. I'd love to see Crowder try and sue me for this shit. I'm not scared of half Asians. Half Asian lawyers are hilarious. I want to see the optics, Crowder, of you trying to take food from my kids. You don't have kids because you're a fag. I want to see the optics. Let's see how much Glenn Beck likes the optics when an actual American man, like someone with a family, someone that speaks truth to power, someone that homesteads, if you're going to try and take money from my kid's mouth, I will laugh my fucking ass off. You don't have the balls. You'll just sit there taking APAC money and going, what is Ocasio-Cortez doing today? Social justice warriors are so annoying. I was groomed as a kid. I know I have issues when it comes to trying to make strong men that speak any truth about protecting children. I will fucking bury bodies for these people. But when they go too far, and that's what I'm working on. That's why I know it's partially my fault, that I should have said something earlier. You know, when I wore socks in his house and he was furious because I got black lint on his floor and he was like, hey man, I don't even know. We have to talk. This is just, you got lint. I'm like, this is mental illness. But I just want to believe, man. I just wanted one guy to not try and fuck the kids, man. And the fact that any of these people stand up for the fact all these children are being made into anal sex billboards, I will bury bodies and then be like, please just don't be a liar. And then when I see that he is pushing gay shit. I mean, the guy seems so gay now that I look at it. He bedazzled me and wore assless chaps, and I'm so thirsty for any truth that I'm like, okay, I mean, but you're still saying trans kids is bad though, right? Guys, I was from a town where I got groomed. I know how it works. And right now, it's at steroid level of grooming. Little kids are like, man, I wish I can grow up to be gay. When I was a kid, kids were told that whacking off with other dudes is fine and you should all watch pornos together because my town was infested with pedophiles. I missed the gay bullet. Thank God. I didn't have that level of abuse where I became gay. And that happens. This makes kids gay. Gay is a disease. It's a disease. Transgenderism is a disease. You aren't a girl. You could chop your dick off and take hormones. You're not a girl. You were fucked up as a kid. I know a lot of gay guys. That's one reason why they die so young. They don't know what's pushing them. They don't know why their compulsion is to fuck a man. You don't get any family. You're exposed to a crazy amount of diseases, and there's a high rate of homicide. That's why it's called homicide. Because you have two fucking dicks trying to fuck it. It's mental illness. And so they're grooming kids to make a whole generation of gay kids. I was groomed to think that you could whack off with other dudes. When I realized that that was not real, I felt humiliated. I was a virgin till college. I thought that was really weird. And what happens with people like that is it's called flooding for a little while. When you realize something, you tell everyone. You're like, yeah, I whacked off once jumping off a cliff. Because you want everyone to know your worst, the thing you're most ashamed of in your life. And that is something I had to get over. And now I don't even watch pornography because I know how pornography does it. I know how when you get kids to all watch pornography, they get boners and they don't know why. And then when you have some fucking, sick pervert orchestrating it, being like, oh yeah, this is why you have boners. It's so gross. And this has to be talked about. This is at Target. That's Target. Target. It's like the social justice version of Walmart. That's one of the biggest retailers in the country. Take pride in what? What makes you a rainbow? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans. Okay, so you either fucking scissor fuck your girlfriend, you either fuck a dude, get fucked by a dude, or you fuck women and dudes, or you think you're a girl when you have a dick. Take pride in that? That's the children's clothing section. Do you see why I'm a little vulnerable to anyone who'll speak out about this? The fact that Crowder just says trans kids is bad, I'd be like, okay, I'll wear the fucking cape. He fucked over everyone who works for him. He's a cheap, lying piece of warmongering shit. Look at this fucking homosexual. Dude, enough is enough. You want to learn from the bat and then we'll open some mail? 100%, 100%. Burn it. Exactly. It's so gross. And so when people say then why I'm so thirsty for anybody that will speak out against this at all. Alex Jones, why do you think I fucking hate that fucker so much? Why do you think I hate Joe Rogan so much? Because they make you think they have your back. Oh, trans kids are bad. Hey, we should fuck Jesus. That's what Rogan said with Duncan Trussell, that he wants to have sex with Jesus Christ. Alex Jones won't speak out that our government is controlled by Israel and they're trying to start another war where people I love dearly will die. Okay? So yeah, there's a reason I'm a little saucy. And it's like, people like me, this is what they don't understand about Generation Zyklon. I don't fear death. Imagine kids coming up with this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Groomed kids, abused kids, kids that were exposed to too much perversion when they're young and they realize it's gross when they're older. I had so little self-esteem. I didn't care if I lived or died. I've walked down the middle of highways drunk in Vegas as cars go vroom, 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 and I'm like, yeah! What do you think happens with these kids? People call me brave and shit. It's like, I've seen the depths of despair, and I've also seen the light of love. What I have with my family, what I feel with God, that's love. We're created in love. But guys, I don't have a high fear of death. Imagine being 15 right now. You think they give a fuck? The nihilism is so big in them. They will just, why do you think kids are shooting up schools? They're like, shoot me. What do I have to live for? There's no love in this world. They're sex objects. They're walking billboards for anal. Do you know what that does to your soul? The fact that adults would show us porn and we'd all whack off and stuff. And it's like the sexualization of kids. It's like, shoot me. What's that going to do? Why do you think I'm so protective of my kids? Why do you think I'm raising my kids so well? I will not let them go through what I went through. Because I got just enough to know it, to understand it, but it didn't make me totally fucked. I'm still capable of love. I'm still capable of a connection to God. Some of these kids aren't. They're gone. They've been so annihilated. Their dads with their whole trans agenda and all this shit, they will fucking bomb, kill. They don't give a shit or just do nothing. Just pure nihilism. Or they'll just sit on the chat and troll me. Guys, this is bad shit. And this fucking guy, Steven Crowder, fuck with the wrong dude, man. Look, this guy dresses up like a computer and he shorted him like 50 grand or something. Sends him back to Germany. This guy quits his show without another job because he couldn't take it anymore. He bedazzles me as he wears assless chaps, and we're all so thirsty for any voice in the wilderness to stand up for kids that we all do it. And then the motherfucker betrays me, and then people give me shit because I won't just take it. No. Wrong guy. Wrong guy. Knives. Guns. Love. I have enough love where I don't do anything. I don't know what these little kids are going to do. When you go into this, what I experienced is magnified 100 by shit like that. The rainbow used to mean the God's covenant after Noah's flood, that he wouldn't flood us again. It now represents a man putting his penis in another man's asshole who may have chopped off his penis because he believes to be a woman. That's in Target. Why don't you care? Why do you go in there like sheep and just give them your money? And people try and shame me. Well, you admitted to masturbating with boys when you were a kid. You think I'm ashamed? That's how I know about grooming. That's how I know the evil of it. That's how I know about psychology, vicarious learning, repeated affirmations. The thing that makes this all so evil is because kids are so good. All we wanted to do was to be accepted. All we wanted was the older kids to be proud of us. All we wanted was dad to love us. We wanted to do good. Did I do good? Did I do good? What do you need me to do good? Now it's like, have pride in anal. Target. This isn't a peripheral problem. And people just sit there eating, just eating. Look at this anger. Okay, I'm not that fucked up from it. I've never even wanted a dude. I never even got the gay shit. Imagine these fucking nihilistic kids, Generation Zyklon. They will fucking kill you guys. They know who did it to them. They know who didn't stand up for them. And they know where daddy keeps their guns. How are you not shitting your pants? Do you not know the explosion that's coming? Well, hopefully Crowder gets his plane. All right, let's read some bear mail. Jesus.